Imagine a space without time, an existence that no science, arithmetic, or religion will ever be able to explain. Dive deep into the depths of your own being while soaring to the outer reaches of the universe. Imagine a single man, so big in his own mind that he has to do his own introduction. The Earth has aligned with the sun. It's time for the Brian Kusko live stream.
Yoo-hoo! All right, let's get the overlay in there. All right, overlay. Good morning. Good evening. Aloha. Welcome to the live stream. Thank you guys for being here tonight. I really appreciate it. Kirkman, Christia Robinson, Mr. Larison, Golems Demons, Mr. Sutton. Oh, Scottish Rob is off doing. Wow, he's at a Tool concert. That's cool, man. I'd like to be at a Tool concert right now. I'm not. I feel like we haven't done a live stream in a hot minute. I think we did do one last week. I just wasn't sitting here at the desk, so that's why I'm feeling different. But I know I haven't been doing them like 100% consistently every week, and I apologize for that. However, life gets pretty busy, and I'm going to do them as much as possible. However, including next week. We'll do it next week too. All right, I'm going to get into what it is I'm talking about that happened this past weekend. And but first, I got some announcements. And first, I'd like to go back and talk about the video I put out this weekend. And Lisa Thompson never watched us live. Welcome back. Oh, Cycle Squirrels in the building. Todd Danielson, Mountain Dew Mining, Jason Cora. All right, awesome, fantastic. Nice to have some folks here for the live stream. Chatting. That's why we do the live stream, so we can do some interactive chat and whatnot. And you can see me on the other side of the editing, even though we do Kusko on cuts almost every week, so you can really see what happens when I don't edit a video. This is even more than that because I am doing it live. So if I spill something on myself, then I have no choice whether or not to upload it. You guys are here with me right now, so that's fun. And usually something ends up going wrong, which is always great. Makes for a good time for you guys, I'm sure. Boom. Real George of the Jungle. Much love. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. Okay, yes. The last video I put out, I was very on the fence about what to do with that video, whether or not to even put it out at all. I was just like, because it was such a, when you put some of those things out there, and I've done it plenty of times before. I've reached deep down inside, kind of spoke what I was feeling from way in there and put it out on the internet. I get apprehensive when I do that. I still get apprehensive. Well, you'd think that I've been doing it for years now that I wouldn't, but I still do. Luckily, it was very well received. And I do want to say that as much as I may have seemed in turmoil about that topic, and still kind of am in a way, I've also come to a bit of peace with it as well, and just realized that I can't expect everything to go well with everybody all the time. Obviously, that's not realistic. However, going to Tinley this weekend. So that's all. That's the real answer to all that. I just need to be with people. I decided I need to just interact with people much more in person versus online or in the internet. Even though we're doing it here right now, we're going to still do this, but just doing more in person and less paying attention to what happens through social media. That's the answer for me. Maybe it's the answer for you, or maybe it's not. I don't know. But anyway, Tinley. Yes, Tinley. Tinley is happening this weekend. Let's take a look at them. Let's put me down in a box down here. Yoop. I've got... What do I got? I'm going to be at Tinley this weekend. Sorry, I'm in a little box down here now, but I'm going to play a thing for you. If you want to see me, if you're going to be at Tinley this weekend, this is ridiculous. I'm getting big again. If you want to see me at Tinley this weekend, then your best bet is to come by the Freedom Breeder booth. I will be there all day Friday for the VIP day and setup from morning till night, and then hanging out and probably meet up with a bunch of our patron crew to go out to dinner or something like that. And then, and whoever else really wants to join. I don't even know if I can go into a restaurant in Illinois or not. I don't know what the laws are over there at this point. That said, yeah, Freedom Breeder booth, pretty much the whole time. I'll be doing Triple B TV interviews there at the booth. If you want to come check out some of these new Pro Line racks, you guys maybe remember this video of me setting up one that I got here. You can get your hands on it and try it out yourself and feel what it feels like. They'll have some there. It'll be the first time they've been at a show for people to touch, other than being at the facility, or the ones that people have purchased and brought home themselves. But that will be happening this weekend as well. So come find me over there. I love meeting with folks in person. I know I'll be doing some interviews, but the main reason that I'm there is so we can hang out, shake some hands, smack some butts, do some smooches, you know, all that kind of stuff. Elaine Smith, thank you for the super chat. And as far as what's going on with Lasiak stuff, my understanding is that it's looking good. US ARC, as always, doing their darndest to make sure we're all in the loop about what's going on and keeping things moving up in that direction. My understanding is that it's looking good. But if you need updates on what's happening there, your best bet or best source of information is go to usarc.com, usarc.org, sorry, and look on there. They always have updates. Anytime there's an update, they'll get it posted there, and you can find out any information. The most up-to-date information available publicly is there on usarc.org. So go check that out. And yeah, let's talk about a couple other things before we get into last weekend. The other thing being that after this stream, if you're watching it live, then we will be doing our weekly Zoom call. And this week, our guest is none other than Mr. Garrett Hartle, who, if you watched Triple B TV this week, then you saw Garrett and myself doing a little heart-to-heart style interview on his couch out there in Pittsburgh. Really good one. Garrett's a good dude. He's one of my best friends, and I thought it was good. And so he's our guest tonight after this stream is over on the Patreon Zoom call. If you want to join us, there's a link down in the description, always on these live streams. So go check it out, and we'd love to see you on the Zoom call right after this, because it's going to be a good time. It's going to be Garrett. It's going to be me, Garrett, and all our crew. It's going to be good. It'll be fun. Okay. I think that is all the announcements that I need to make until we get into something else. Callistia Robertson, great video this morning. Did I put out a video this morning? Oh yeah, the Triple B one I was just talking about. Hello. I have too many YouTube channels. Let's take a look. Okay, I think the best introduction to what happened this weekend is going to be the video that I made right before this weekend happened, that I was intending to make into a full video, but I'm not making into a full video. So let's just here look at past Kusko. This is Sunday morning Kusko. Here he is.
Aloha. Top of the morning, friends and family. Today is the day of the great Spartan race that I'm participating in. And in this Spartan race, it's a 10K. There are 25 obstacles, but I've added a 26th obstacle in my own body. I woke up this morning, and before I'm even out of bed, I move my arm like this, and scapula, muscle around it, just so I'm like, ouch. But I'm gonna do it. I got a rope in my tree. I've been building up to doing this, so I'm not gonna wimp out just because I happen to have a pulled muscle in my scapula, which is getting older every day. But I was gonna pop some ibuprofen and do it to it. We're gonna go right after church. We're meeting up with some of the guys over there, and I'm gonna see if a couple of them wouldn't mind holding my phone and filming some of the things, and I'll do the same for them. Maybe put it in the video if everybody's happy with it. Bring the drone, maybe grab a little footage of the whole course and show you guys what's going on out there. I'm excited. I've never done anything like this before in my life as far as an organized obstacle course race of this nature, so I'm excited to do it, even though I'm going in a little injured. It is what it is. I'm going to leave this camera here, and we'll see you guys out there.
Yeah, so I was a little injured going into it, but that wasn't, I didn't think it was going to be such a big deal. If you heard, I took ibuprofen. Now, I didn't actually take my phone with me on the race. I didn't want to make the other guys film, and I just felt like I really wanted to experience it, having never done anything like that before, and not be worried about trying to film shots, which is probably a good thing. But at the very end, Hillary did catch us at the spectator spot. She was at the end and did see me doing some obstacles and took some video of it. So I will play that after. So here's kind of what happened. I was a bit, I don't know what I was thinking exactly. I was less hydrated that morning than I've than I am in my regular life. Like I'm always drinking water. I'm always staying hydrated. I don't know if it was the nerves leading up to the race or whatever was happening. I literally was not hydrated enough, but I do have some clips of other people doing the race. So I'm just going to show them here just so you can get an idea of what I was doing. And then I'm going to tell you the gruesome details about what actually ended up happening with me. But let's see. This is, okay, this is all the stuff right here. How you do it. There's this big wall climb and you're running. The guys I was running with are fast. They have longer legs than me. And I was like, right in the first mile, I was like, oh man, this is going to be brutal for these guys to keep in this pace. And I stay with them for part of it. We got this thing. You can see some of these things are super fun, like a lot of fun. And this guy's making that thing look way easier than it is. I promise that thing is not that easy. This thing is even harder than it looks. I've still got it. I did just about every obstacle, almost every single obstacle on the course. Spoiler alert there, but it was really fun and challenging, but I was definitely learned that my cardio is not where it needs to be. And this right here, boom, right when you throw the spear, like I threw the spear and I made it. I stuck it because if you don't do any obstacle, you have to do 30 burpees. And I was like, I'm not trying to do any burpees. So I did hit that target with the spear, thankfully, to no burpees. But the second I lunged forward and like let the spear go and had that little push off the back calf, I don't know if it's because obviously because I was dehydrated. And I was also like sitting, waiting in line to throw the spear and just kind of, hanging out. But right when I made that motion, my right calf just cramped up, just like, I was like, ooh, and then I was able to massage it out and get it going. I just kind of started walking it off, and then I was just going to start jogging again a little bit, and then it grabbed super hard. Like I've never felt my calf cramp like that. I literally went to the ground and screamed. I've never felt my calf do that ever. And I mean, and that was only 3 miles in. I ran 6 miles last week, It's like I can handle a bit of running, but I think the lack of hydration really did me in there. But so halfway through is when I cramped up. But some guys came along. I told my crew, I was like, you guys' cardio is way better than mine. Please don't wait for me. Like I'm gonna make it through. One of the crew did stay with me because I think he was happy to walk instead of run the whole way. But man, so here's what happened. Here are the obstacles that I did after I started cramping up, and it was just, it was a little brutal, but it is what it is. Yeah, after the cramp, all this stuff. So this thing climbing up here, you can imagine trying to do this stuff with at this point, both calves are trying to cramp on me, carrying this 100-pound ball across the field, and this thing like climbing up this backwards bent thing and then climbing over it. Like when I get to the top, I was like, please calves, do not cramp right here. Please don't cramp right here. And yeah, it was just, look at some of these, it's super fun. Like it's definitely cool. Like it felt super cool to be out there. And actually while I was dying and felt like crying, I was telling myself, it's all right. And then I was on this thing and I literally got to the second rung and my calf cramped and it caused me to drop to the ground, just my calf cramping, even though I'm using upper body strength. But I got back up and I did it again and I made it across. But when I did go across on that second attempt and made it somewhere along the line, I did that to my finger, which was great because there was still lots of stuff to grip. And the ridiculous thing is the one thing I trained for, which was the rope climb, hanging that rope in my tree. If you watched last week's live stream, that was the one thing I wasn't able to do because of my calves cramping. Like the technique I was using to climb the rope, I literally got one step up, calves cramped, and I just fell to the ground. I couldn't do the rope climb. Literally every other obstacle I was able to do with the exception of the rope climb. But let me give you guys here's some stuff that Hillary captured at the very end of the race. Let's play it for you. These guys are waiting for me. There I go, walking. Yes.
Are you okay?
And Hillary's like, "Are you okay?" She had heard from the other guys that finished before me that I was cramping up and stuff. There's me going over the top of this thing. This is this is literally like 3 miles after I've already started cramping, but I didn't want to give up. I wanted to keep going. I definitely wasn't going to quit. And this was like the second to last obstacle. And I grabbed the wrong bag. I was pulling up the women's side. Those red bags are the women's one because, they're lighter. And I was like, I did think that felt a little easy. So this with my ripped open finger palm, I start doing this and I'm getting it. I'm getting it, and it's kind of working. It's looking like I'm gonna at least get it. And this actually ends up being the second obstacle that I don't complete, because you can see there's a little knot. I don't know if you can see, there's a little knot up there in that rope, and I'm like, okay, if I get to that knot, I'm pretty much good, right? I'll get this thing hoisted all the way up there, and like, there it is. I'm like, almost get the knot, just get that knot. You're almost home stretch, and then it just grabbed my finger, and I was like, God, love it. But I still ran through the end, through the finish line, and we made it happen, and got my little medal here, which these guys do some good marketing. Let me tell you what, and got the finish medal. But then there's this little third piece that if you do 3 in a year, if you do the super, which is a 10K, and if you do the that's the one we did, set 10K with 25 obstacles. Then there's a sprint, which I think is a 5K, and then a beast, which is a half marathon with 30 obstacles. You do all 3 of those in a year, you get to complete this other medal. So what I decided literally while I was racing is that I wasn't gonna quit, just because like it was horrible. It was like I felt like crying a couple times because of just the calf thing was brutal. It was absolutely horrible trying to finish that last 3 miles with my calves constantly trying to cramp every like 10 seconds and actively cramping. So I'm doing a lot more research, and I'm actually signed up for the half marathon sometime before the end of the year. There's an option in Tahoe. There's an option down in Southern California more towards the fall. And these next 6 months, I'm just going to crack at it, and I'm going to get myself back to this is what I needed, was this little thing to smack myself back into a spot where it's like, it was obviously a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. Yes, I could have been better hydrated, but despite that, I want to be able to fly through that thing. I want to be able to be in such great shape that I can just beast this thing through like nothing, for the benefit of my family more than anything, for the benefit of my kids, having me, I know, in top shape. And it's been something I've been struggling with, for myself. Not that I'm in horrible shape, but if I can't complete something like that without cramping up, or if I feel like I'm struggling through that, that's not where I want to be at. I want to feel like I can tackle that with full confidence. So I'm going to do another one, twice as long with more obstacles. And that, I think, will definitely kick my butt into where I want to be and need to be. So that's going to be fun. And yeah, thanks for checking out what it was that happened this weekend. I don't think and then when I get back, I'm drinking all these. I did literally everything, apparently, that you do to incur what they call runner's trot. It's basically diarrhea right at the end. I know I told you it was going to be gory. I'm always full of details that nobody wants to hear, nobody needs to know. But yeah, so like for 24 hours after the race, there was that as well. And I literally did everything from taking ibuprofen, the artificial sweeteners and the little gels that people were giving me, and just everything that you do to make it happen, which I had no idea, obviously, what steps to take to avoid that, being that I found out about the race a week and a half before we jumped into it. Anyway, no excuses. I did finish the race, not as well as I wanted to. Gonna do another one, and this time I know what to expect. I'll strap a GoPro or something to my chest. We'll get some actual footage of me in there. But that's a ways out. The real thing that's coming up is Tinley. I'm super excited to see all you guys there this weekend. Tomorrow there will be no Kusko Uncut because I didn't have the video that I was planning on doing, but there will be Kusko Uncut on Saturday while I'm at Tinley. So if you guys aren't going to make it to Tinley, you can at least check out the Kusko Uncut. And we've got, we've got something, don't we? Didn't I create I guess I didn't. I could have swore I made a little thing for you guys, a little sneak peek of the Kusko Uncut. Well, it's probably in there somewhere, but I'm not going to make you guys sit here and watch me fiddle with it live. Yeah. Yeah, that's it, guys. You missed the show, Elliot. Well, it's good to have you here. Sorry, I was really going to that story. Garrett, Reach Out Reptiles. He's gonna be, like I said, he's on our thing. Mike, you gonna be at Tinley? Sweet. Yeah, I'll give you some leg rubs. We got Jamie in here. Garrett's in here, as I mentioned. He's gonna be on the Zoom call in about 9 minutes with us. So if you guys want to do that, click the link down below. Yeah. made it happen. Tinley's gonna happen. Get some leg rubs, apparently. Probably be much needed because dude, I can barely walk. I got out of bed this morning. I could barely walk. I mean, you can imagine like doing 3 miles on calves that are already cramping, plus all that gnarly stuff that goes along with it. But I've still been working out today. Like I did a bunch of core stuff. I'm on a mission. I'm on a serious mission. Like that was the butt kick I needed. That last weekend, that was exactly what I needed to move my butt into gear to where I've really been striving to get to for the past couple of years and keep like making way towards it, then falling off, making way towards it. Now I've got a goal come this fall, doing the half marathon with 30 obstacles, dude. And I'm pretty excited about it. I got a couple friends on board. Matt at SoCal Herps, my Whiskey Wimps companion. He's going to do it. A couple of the other guys that did it already were all signed up. So it's happening. And I'm pretty excited, to say the least, which seems ridiculous. You'd think you go through something like that and you'd be like, never again. But it's like the opposite. It's like, I can't wait. I can't wait for the next one. So I hope you guys are all having a great night tonight. I hope you enjoyed my story. And we'll see you either at Tinley on the uncut video this weekend or on the next live stream right here on the Brian Kusko vlog channel. Guys, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Have a great night, okay? Hope to see you on the Zoom call. Aloha.
Thank you for watching the live stream. I really had a lot of fun. If you want to see more live stream, tune in next week for that one. If you tune in for this live stream, I hope you want some real cool stuff. I'd love to do more live stream, but I think you had enough.